evening, everybody, and welcome along to the F2 Rwagnation League here at Paul Ricard for the French Grand Prix. I am Jess, and I'm filling in for Ben tonight as he's on holiday in Turkey. Lucky him, but I'm sure we're going to have some great action nonetheless. We've got. I need to count how many drivers we've got. Actually, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 drivers, which is kind of like the average that we have here today. And this is the track basically where Antoine Hubert won one of his home races this season, which was really, really great. So this race is in tribute to him. So we almost muted my mic there. That would have been an absolute disaster if that happened. So we're currently on one-shot qualifying, as all F2 races in the season often do. So thank you guys so much for watching if you're tuned in anyway. So I'm just going to go on board with someone, and let's go on board with last week's pole sitter, Marky Mark, who did quite well in Canada as far as I believe as well. As this is very over-series, these F2 cars, and France is particularly under-series as well. So this track is probably one of the hardest in terms of the F2 cars, but to be honest, it's the most fun as well. So as he is, let me just actually get the telemetry up, that would help, but there's no telemetry anyway, so as there's no ERS, so he's going to kiss the left curve just a teeny weeny little bit as he goes to the right hand side just a little bit. He's still on pole at the moment, as no one is managing to beat his time at the moment, as he then just brakes just a bit to turn 10. You don't have to brake too much going into here, and then go just brake around into turn 11. Brake just a little bit earlier than you would on the F1 cars anyway, and then go to turn 12. It is really hard on the F1 cars, but when I drove around here early on the F2 cars, I found it extremely difficult. So imagine what these guys would think of it as well. So as Marky Mark comes across the line, looks like he's going to get pole anyway. So he comes across the line now. So it's going to be, what lap time is he going to set? It is a 1:43.6. So Matson's in P2. We've got Dan in P3. And Raven's up P6. He was P5 in the race in the quali last week. He's P6 this week. So very consistent there. So he's getting better. And I think the only person to set a lap is Piloto. So he comes along across the line. Apologies if I get these names wrong, but this will be the only time I will get to commentate on these lots, so should be all right. So we're about to get underway for the race, but here is results. So we got Marky Mark on pole by 1/10 of a second, so not that much for margins. We got Max in P2, Daniel in P3, we got Vanya in P4, Yeltek P5, Ravendup P6, Torta in P7, Dark Demise in P8, Nixana in 9th, and Paga P10. Now both of those have had invalidated laps. So I can't quite remember which race comes first, and I really should have done my research. I think it is the feature race first. Yes, it is the feature race first, because that's what was shown in the thumbnail. So I really should have checked that, but I didn't, because I'm an absolute idiot. So basically it is a short feature race before we go to the sprint race. So as the drivers get ready up, it's a nice sunny day, luckily in Paul Ricard, so luckily the drivers don't have to worry about having too much rain in their midst. So the drivers will be relieved about that. I would be relieved about that if I was racing around this track in the F2 cars. So we're just waiting for all the drivers to ready up, of course. I do believe it is fixed setups for the F2 cars anyway. I'm not sure. Again, I should have done my research, but hey-ho. So we are going to see what goes on here, and it is a formation lap as I thought it was going to be. Yes, it is a formation lap. That was the one I did do my research on. So, tyres, everyone's on the mediums, which is on the F2 cars. Don't get confused for the F1 cars, because, someone is stalled on the grid, or someone's stationed on the grid. I can't see who it was. Yeah. Oh, it's Daniel. It's Daniel. He must have done an anti-stall or something like that. So, or he might have got disqualified from the formation lap. So, he will have less heat into his tyres. So, the F2 cars, the red tyres are the super softs. The the yellow tyres are the soft and the white are the medium. So not like the F1 cars at all. Mainly because they're the F2 2018 cars. So they're to the F2 2018 regulations. I got a bit confused for a minute. I was like, why are the mediums in white? Are the hards meant to be in white? But no, it's not like that on this game. So yeah, hopefully we will see some cheeky battles, because the Canada F2 race apparently last week was a bit feisty, lots of battles there. So hopefully we'll see the same today. And very, very excited actually. This is my first time commentating on F2 cars. So this should be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. So we got Tortor and Max running the car that Antoine Hubert run for winning his race as well. And I do believe Max is running number 19 on this car. Is he? Oh, as Max has done a little bit of a slide there. He kind of wanted his moment of fame on the stream, and he's got it. So yeah. So, we are about to get started soon, as the formation lap takes obviously a little bit long, because obviously the F2 cars are shorter in terms of lap time. As Marky Mark is about to make his way on the grid a little bit too further away from the rest of the field. That means you'll have to wait a little bit longer. Oh, it's Yeltek that got disqualified for the formation lap as well. Oh, Yeltek. You should know better. He's in the F1 league, for God's sake. Only joking. Yeah, the drivers are about to come across the line, and all the drivers, and we got a yellow flag already. Not quite sure what happened there, but it might be a game glitch. The 5 red lights are about to come up on your screen right now, and it's lights out, and away we go. And Marky Mark has got to a very good start already off the line. So, and Max has already got a good start as well. There's already a few places dropped on the start as well, as Raven Ducks all the way moved up to P4, so he's got a good start. But we've already seen people spinning. That's Tortor spinning in the background in P10. He's not had a good start, but apart from that, we've seen some good changes so far. So Mark holding on to the lead, Max in P2, Vanya P3, and Piloto making a good jump from last on the grid, and he is up into P7. So a good start from, I don't know what teams they are. I need to really keep and pay attention to this. But anyway, here comes Piloto on a Dark Demise, and he goes round the outside of him quite early, in fact, into turn 7. And there's a little bit of a slide there. Oh, that was a save from Paga there. So he stays in 7th. Dark Demise retains his 6th place. Oh, and Yeltek's out. Not quite sure what happened for Yeltek there, but he's out of the session as retired. Unfortunately, the game won't allow me to see who has retired. So it won't allow me to see that. But anyway, so Mark's still leading, Max 2nd. And we got Tortor having a battle with Daniel as well. Oh, what's happened to Daniel? I think I'm getting a bit of desync between those two, because I can't see what's happened with them. Because I see that. Oh, there's Raven Duck. Raven Duck's had a bit of a spin, and I think Tortor had a bit of a spin as well. Daniel's down into P8. Yes, he goes into the pits. Yeah, there's no desync. It was just people having a little bit of a spin there, having a bit of a moment. And as Vanya is right behind, approaching Max as well, not that far behind, 5 temps as well. And I think Nixana is not that far behind. The top 6 are pretty close, in fact, coming up to the next few corners as Vanya goes into turn 4 now, trying to catch up to Max. Max catching up to Mark as well. Max doing very well in the F2 cars this season, which is good to hear, as he's taking things a little bit more carefully anyway. So as he is, I think he's dropped a little bit further back, as Tortor and Raven Duck have gone ahead of Daniel, who is now in last place. As Dark Demise and Piloto are having a little bit of a battle again. Piloto has gained up to P5, so he's done a very good job there. He's lost, Dark Demise has lost position, but Piloto gained up into P5. So let's look at the position changes. There we go. The position changes. So we've got Nirvana, who's gained 5 places. So is Piloto. We've got Dark Demise that's gained 2 places. And Vanya has gained 1. Max and Mark have still in their position. So is Tortor. Raven Duck has dropped 2. Daniel has dropped 6 places. So those are the positions at the moment as we're about to start lap 3 of this Grand Prix. And the top 3 are sensationally close at the moment. And Piloto is about to potentially go for a move soon, as I think Daniel's dropped it a little bit. He's already 2 laps down already, I think, at the moment. So he needs to have his work come across at the moment. So Max really needs to get a good result here to pay tribute, of course. He's not wearing the number 19. I thought he was, but he's not. I thought he was, but he wasn't. My cheeky laugh there as we've got Raven Duck, who Torta had another moment, and Raven Duck is actually catching up to Torta in P7 and the other BWT Arden. So Raven Duck not having the best of races, but he is starting to come back a little bit. So he is hoping to gain a few positions from where he started, but at the moment it's not going to be possible at the moment, sadly. Here he goes, Raven Duck around the outside of Torta there, and he is up into 7th. So is he going to catch up to Dark Demise soon? But Torta is not giving up here. He's potentially going to get him on this straight. Oh no, Torta's had a little bit of a spin. He almost hit the wall there, but luckily he managed to save it just in time. So good on you, Torta, for not hitting the wall there, because that would have not ended pretty at all. And let's actually jump back to the front pair, as Max is really starting to gain on Marky Mark here in that final sector of this lap then. So hopefully he could be the one to challenge for the lead then, just like we've seen. I think there was one race where he was challenging for the lead. I think it was Spain, I think it was. Yes, it was Spain, where he was in some very good battles actually, as Max has just set the fastest lap. He's really gaining on Mark now. He can potentially get him in at the next few corners coming up soon as well. A little bit of a switch there as well, but it will be depending on how these guys are used to these setups. Just past turn 4 now. Max almost having another look there, but deciding not to. And we've got Tortor not behind Raven Duck, and he's got a penalty. We've got yellow flag in sector 1. Not quite sure who that is for, but another yellow flag in sector 1. It's probably the game telling tricks on me, but I'm going to follow on board with Max as he's going to go around the outside here. Daniel's setting the fastest lap, but here Max goes into turn 8. Oh, and Mark tries to come back in, and Mark retains the lead, getting a lovely switchback, lovely defence from him. But looks like Max could have another go here into turn 9. As great straight line speed there, Mark going around the outside here. As Max doing a great job on the attack here. Some good respectful racing here from the both of them. As, but Max had a spin. He had a similar spin to what he did in qualifying. And he has lost the position. I think he's lost so many positions already. I think he has to wait for people to move out of the way. And I think Piloto has got past him as well. They're having a cheeky battle as well. Can he go past him? Oh, Piloto has gone off the track there. And we've got Dark Demise and Raven Duck having a battle. Raven Duck has caught it, and Raven Duck has spun as well. We've had a lot of spins already. One from Max, one from Raven Duck. And I think we have one from Tortu as well. And there we go. There is a penalty for Max for exceeding track limits, but he's still catching up to Piloto in 4th place, so he's still within reach. Oh, he's touched him. He's touched him. That is not good driving from Max at all. But I think Piloto might have had a little bit of a lag that moment there, as Max has now dropped it down into P6. Here we go, as Raven Duck is now down into 7th. I think he's up into 7th, but is he going to catch up to Max? We'll have to wait and see. So Piloto still the one that's gained the most positions out of everybody on the track so far. You got a yellow flag in sets 2, possibly another spinner. Daniel lost a little bit there. He's got a 2-second time penalty. So we have got 3 laps to go then of this quite insane Grand Prix so far, but a few people making mistakes, but again, it is a track where you have to steer quite a lot to make through corners, and you have to do that anyway in F1, so that's why a lot of people are finding it so difficult. But Mark is coming into a league of his own here and still leading, and Vanya really catching up on him, so could he see a last battle on the last lap? Oh, and Raven Duck's had another spin. Is it turn 8? I'm losing track with what turn it is, but that was another spin from Raven Duck. He's going to be annoyed that I'm catching his spins, but there is yellow flags, mate, and I want to find out where they were. So, yeah, as always, Max has had another spin as well. Max has dropped it down as well. So, Max down into P7. I'll just look for tyres as well, actually. As Daniel is on the... I think Daniel is the only person on the super soft tyres. Everybody else is on the medium tyres. But again, they don't have to pit in the feature race, I don't think. As Matt has got a 2-second time penalty. I won't check penalties, actually, due to the fact that the race is so short. As we, on lap 6, Vanya is catching up, actually. 1.7 seconds. He's really starting to get the pressure here from Mark. And Piloto, not that far from 3rd place either, so a podium could potentially be on the cards. It is far from over from the campus driver, and I can actually see the cars on when I go on driver select, so it'll probably be easier if I select it there, probably, potentially. As he is catching you, so I will keep a close eye on this battle for the podium, and also battle for the win as well. So 2 insane battles to watch. Make sure you keep an eye on these battles to watch, because this will be absolutely insane, I've got to tell you. So we'll keep an eye on it. Meanwhile, Raven Duck, not that far behind Max now. He's got some ground. I think both of these guys have got some ground to make up. But Raven Duck will be starting pole in reverse grid in the sprint race anyway. So hopefully he can get a good start in that race anyway. Maybe he's not challenging Max too much, because he could possibly get pole. But we'll see. We'll see. Or he might be challenged. We'll have to wait and see. Does he want extra points in this race, or does he want extra points in the next race? We'll see. But you will. I do believe. I do believe you get more points. You get more points in this race, in the feature race. So Raven Duck is closer to Max this lap. He's gonna get DRS. It's a shame that I can't see the telemetry. But I don't think he can on this track. But here comes Raven Duck on Max, and tries to go around the inside. Oh, they touch again, just about. But luckily, I think both of them kept their car on the track, which is good news for both of them. They got to, because they don't want to be last, I must say. So otherwise, Daniel will start to catch up to them eventually. As Nirvana, and oh no, Nirvana had a spin, and he's had another spin, and he's down in 4th place. Dark Demise could catch up sooner or later if he doesn't recover from his spin, and he does. So Dark Demise up into 4th place. So these guys will probably keep it in control with their spins in the next race, because they are more used to the track, as it were. As Nirvana got another 2-second time penalty. Vanya, I don't think he's going to catch up to Mark, sadly. He's about 2.5 seconds behind. You never know. All it takes is for any one of those guys to make a mistake. And I make loads of mistakes on this track. You never know. Because you never know, I could bottle it from a certain corner. Turn 12. As Max has just gone past Raven Duck. as Raven Duck now up it down into 8th. I think Raven Duck got past Max, and then Max got past Raven Duck again. But I think Raven Duck is going to try. Raven Duck is going to try again once more. Maybe not. Oh no, he's not. As Max is trying to break the slipstream there from Raven Duck. Raven Duck going to the outside. Can he do it this time? No, not quite. Raven Duck stays P8 for now, but it's not going to harm him at all. Torta up into P6, so he is making some good ground as Marky Mark's going to go past the last few corners, and we got a yellow flag in sector 1 and 2. Who could that be? I wonder. I don't know. We might have had a spin somewhere, but I didn't quite catch who it was. As I think Torta stays in P6, but look at Max on Raven Duck. Max trying to hold on to Raven Duck here. Raven Duck goes around the outside. Can Max get the switch back? He's trying to go on the inside actually, and he does. And oh no, Raven Duck is out of the session, and he's bottled it, and he's retired. So he doesn't get any points, and he's in 9th. But anyway, Marky Mark comes across the line, and he takes the win for the feature race. He gets 25 points, I believe. And Vanya gets P2. Piloto gets a sensational P3. He's gained the most positions. He's gained 7. Good result from him. And there we go. Dark Demise is going to come across the line now. And Dark Demise is going to get P4. Nirvana P5. Torta and Max are going to be P6 and P7 respectively for Arden. Excuse me. And Daniel will be the last person to cross the line in P8. So those are your final finishes there. And well done to Mark for a great win. Daniel will be starting on pole in the feature race. He's not used to this pressure, so I wonder how that's going to phase him. But here we go. Mark is celebrating on the podium. He deserves it. He's going to hold up the trophy nice and high. That's really going to help him. He will be starting 8th in the feature race. So he'll be starting, not last, because 9th and 10th will be starting 9th and 10th. So we are about to get your results right now. I've already went through with you anyway, but let me just go for it now. So Marky Mark wins from Vanya, from Piloto, then Dark Demise, then Nirvana, then it's Torta, then it's Max, and then Daniel. And your non-finishers are Raven Duck and Yeltec. So in a few minutes we are about to go into the sprint race, which should be even more exciting, I got to admit. And if you're liking what you're seeing and want to get involved next week, make sure you join the Rwagnation Discord, which I think one of the people could put on the I don't have any commands on the stream at all. I haven't set up that yet. But you can join us. It is free for anyone to join. And you can race these lovely cars, and you get to hear Ben commentating on your antics every week. Simple as. So make sure you do join, and it'll be great. So we're about to go to the sprint race, and I hope you guys are ready for some more action to commence, I must say. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I've been enjoying commentating on F2, I must say. It's been a lot of fun. So we are about to go for the formation lap once again, but this time we can see the shake-up in the order due to the reverse grid. So let me just go through the order once again. All of them on the super softs this time. So they're really going to take it in their stride. So we've got Daniel on pole with Max P2, Torta P3, Nirvana P4. I'm sorry if I get these names wrong again. Dark Demise P5, Piloto P6, Vanya P7, Marky Mark P8, Raven Duck P9, and Yeltec P10. That is everyone that's taken part in the sprint race than what you were expecting anyway. Let us know your predictions on who you think is going to take this win. Can Mark climb all the way from 8th place to get some good points? Knowing Marky Mark, I've raced him before in open lobbies, and he is a lot of fun to race with, but he is incredibly fast on this game. So I wonder how he's going to do here to climb away from the rest of the field. So I'm going to predict that he's going to get a podium. I'm not necessarily predicting that he's going to take the win, but you never know. You never know. So we will see. So we're about to get started pretty soon. I'm excited. I hope you are all excited too. As I have a feeling Daniel is going to start to feel the pressure. If I was starting pole in the reverse grid in F2, I would be... Well, I was about to say a swear word, but I know I would get told off, so I won't do that. I would be worrying myself. I did take part in the first F2 race in Australia, and I did horribly. Absolutely horribly. I couldn't get used to the F2 cars at all. It was very difficult, to say the least. And, yeah, I found it really hard. Very difficult. So, I wonder how these drivers will be facing today. So anyway, the 5 red lights are about to kick off once again. Will Daniel get a decent start? Will Max get a better start? Let's find out. And it is lights out, and away we go. And looks like we got a pretty even start from the pair of them, both Daniel and Max. Daniel managing to get under pressure here, but we've already seen some changes already. Daniel getting a decent start from turn 1, and we're already seeing Vanya already drop down into P10, so not the best start from him. Max almost kind of corner a little bit there. Taunton's not having the best start either, but Marky Mark, like I said, is up into P4 of this race already. He's up 4 places. I told him he's a fast guy. He is a fast guy, so watch out for him, as Shorter is also going to see if he can get past Mark as well. Try and come up from the stress, as Piloto is going to have a potential battle with Dart Demise as well. They're going to both go side by side going into turn... I'm losing track of turns here. I shouldn't really... Turn 8, sorry. As we've got number 15 kissing the curb just a little bit. Torta almost going off the circuit there. But Piloto really having a good F2 campaign so far this stream. We're already starting to gain quite a few positions. And that's Raven Duck that's lost another position again. So he's not having the best of races. But Marky Mark just got past Nirvana and... This, again, I can't even say his name, but I apologise. So Marky Mark up into P3. And he's going to potentially try and get Max for P2 as well. It is the F2 spec, don't forget. So they're all on equal cars. So this is what makes it even more exciting. The same handling model as it were. The only difference is the livery. So here we go. Max then is going to start to challenge Daniel for the lead of this race then. Max goes to the inside. Daniel covers to the outside. Daniel holds on to the lead. Daniel doing surprisingly well to keep on to this lead. If he keeps this up, he can get some very decent points. Max tries to cover him. He tries to do it. Oh, he touched him almost. He can't afford to do that. And if they're not... And also Mark is well on the back of Max as well. If any of those two make a mistake, Mark could be like, see you later, I can get the win here. And I think that's what he wants to do. He's going to try to do his best at least to get the win. So here we go. Mark's going to have a go at Max. Max is going to have a go at Daniel. We'll see what happens. Max goes to the outside. Or Daniel and Max. Well, Max touches with Daniel. I think Daniel's got away with it. What's happened to Max actually? Max has dropped way down the field. Max is down into 9th place. Daniel's still on the lead. Daniel did nothing wrong there, and Max is out. So Max is not going to get any points this session, sadly. But But that means the battle for the win is on between, I think it's between Nirvana, Mark and Daniel actually. Daniel still holding his own there, which is great to see. So we've got yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. We got possibly a few spins here and there as we've got Yeltek right on the back of Dark Demise, trying to get the switchbacks, going around the outside. Look at this from Yeltek. Very committed to that move there. Yeltek up into P5 of this race. Great job as well. Dark Demise is going to have a go at Piloto as well, potentially. Is he going to try and get it? DRS is enabled. And Dark Demise up into P6. He's gone off a little bit off the circuit. That is not going to do his tyres any good, I must say. But there we go. Here he goes, tries for another move. Who said you can't overtake in France? You can overtake in France. The F2 races is always close anyway in real life as well, so I believe. And we've got another yellow flag, and that is for Nirvana. He spun. Actually, no, it's not Nirvana, it's someone else. Who is it? So Daniel and Marky Mark having a battle, and I think Marky Mark does take the lead. Yes, he does. So there, Mark is your race leader so far. So well done to him as Piloto and Dark Demise hang a battle once again. This is going to be insane. The sprint race are already good. Dark Demise then, is he going to try and go around the outside here? Paja, maybe not. Almost being pushed off the circuit, but showing some respectful racing. Here he goes, Dark Demise. Wow. Dark Demise doing what he could there. And Dark Demise is now up into P6 of this race. But look at this, Piloto is also going to come at it as well, potentially. As well, is he going to come at it? I don't know. It's going to be close. It's going to be extremely close, but we don't know what's going to happen here. As Marky Mark just set the fastest lap of the race so far. 1:45.4 for him. Class for own for the rest of the field. But Daniel is catching to him as well, so we'll keep an eye on him pretty soon, as we've got 2 more laps to go of the F2 race as someone has gone off the circuit again. I think that was Dark Demise. I think, yeah, it was Dark Demise actually. Dark Demise did get a 2-second penalty for that, which was unfortunate, sadly. So Dark Demise, a bit of a slide from Piloto there. All 3 of them very close indeed. I will see if the battle for the lead pretty much changes as well. I'll keep an eye on that. But Dark Demise is really hotting up Nirvana's tail. Again, I can't say his name, but I do apologise. But here we go. Dark Demise, it's got to be 3 wide almost. No, it's not going to be 3 wide, but there we go. Dark Demise looking committed there. Dark Demise up into P5. Piloto going to look for a similar move on Nirvana. Oh, Nirvana's spun again. But luckily he's kept the car, and I think, yeah, he is keeping going. So I know he's not. He's retired from the session. He's had enough, or he's probably had too much damage that he can't continue. So what a shame there. But that means Piloto is still going to fight Dark Demise for P5 then. So it's going to be ever so tight, and Banya's going to come into this as well. So still so far we have 8 runners in this race so far who are still going at it. The advantage of being a short race, they can really start to push on those tyres. And we're about to start the final lap. Could we see a battle for the win? This can potentially be very close indeed, as Daniel getting a 2-second time penalty. That's not going to help him. I think that's really going to hand over the lead to Marky Mark. But if Torta catches up, Torta can get the P2. But it does depend if he gets time penalties. Meanwhile, Piloto still catching up to Dark Demise well on the back of him. Just past turn 4, going into turn 5 now. This is do or die. Positions could be the be-all and end-all in terms of the F2 Championship for today. It is for fun at the end of the day. It doesn't count for anything, but they really want to get good positions here. So here comes Piloto on the inside of Dark Demise. And an easy move there from Piloto as he's up into 5th place. Daniel really catching up on Marky Mark here. Can he make the move done? I don't think he can though, as Daniel has got a 2-second time penalty. Not where he wants to be right now, I must say. Oh no, Daniel spun! I jinxed him, I swear I jinxed him. That is gutting. That is gutting. He could have been on battle for P2 at least. But anyway, here comes Marky Mark here. He's going to come across the final 2 corners. He's drove very well. He came from 8th on the grid. And he came on to win. And he wins today for the sprint race. Good result from Torta. He gets P2. He saves P2. Yeltek, actually no, Vanya gets P3. Yeltek gets P4. And I didn't see what happened elsewhere, really. So I didn't see that. But anyway, Mark goes and celebrates another win. Very well deserved there from Mark. As he has really takes things under control, to be honest. And all of them celebrating on the podium with the champagne. Why oh my, that sprint race was exciting. I enjoyed that. That was really good fun. So here we go. So here's your sprint race results for the weekend then. So Marky Mark, oh wait. So the results for the sprint race: Marky Mark 1st, Torta 2nd, Vanya 3rd, Yeltek 4th, Piloto 5th, Dark Demise 6th, Raven Duck 7th, Daniel 8th, Nirvana 9th, and Max unfortunately did not make it. And the results for the entire weekend then. So Marky Mark wins the F2 portion of the Rwagnation League tonight with Vanya on 28 points. So Mark already on a class of his own. He's dominated by a whole race win pretty much. Almost. And we got Piloto P3. Good result for him. Torta P4. And I didn't quite see who else because I wasn't quick enough. So that has been the F2 League. Make sure you join us in around about 19 minutes time for the F1 League around Paul Ricard. And I will be commentating on that once again. So make sure you stay with us. Don't go anywhere. And we'll see you in 19 minutes. And this will give you some time to get a good comfort break. Get yourself a cup of tea. For me, I need to get a glass of water after that race, I must say. But anyway, we will see you soon for the F1 race.